Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna go bust up some sirens here. Gotta put up so I had this weird notion that protection from evil and good would be effective against these creatures. I think they're technically monstrosities, and so it's actually not useful.
I've got a long road ahead.
But I tried. I tried to protect my allies from charm. I did the best I could.
Listen. Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful.
A sweet melody beckons you. It vibrates with magic. A Harpies charm. The suffocating yearning suddenly fades as the spell breaks. You are free.
Ouch, my ears! Wait, why am I wet?
So I really like the mechanic of singing a song like a body down at the docks bar song is just how you get this kid to break the trance. It's really good writing.
Very well.
They came up with actual lyrics. They weren't just like, I guess you sing a bard song and overcome. No, they came up with lyrics. How many times have you been at a D&D table and someone's like, I'm going to be a bard? And, anytime you ask them, are you going to sing a song? And they're like, yep, sing a song. And it's like, are you going to tell us anything about it? And they're just like, no, I'm just letting the dice kind of tell the story there. And it's like, well, that's kind of boring. By the way, that sleep spell doing a lot of work right now, cause hot damn, that lure getting shut down by a sleep spell is extremely useful. But yeah, no, this is a dicey fight, even at level 3. Because if your characters can't resist that lore, they could be super dead real quick. But no, this fight ends up, right tension, but it goes pretty well. I'll say that sleep spell working is probably the main turning point in this battle. Just like the fact that none of my characters have to make a save against that particular initial lure. Which, by the way, felt a little cheap, if I may say. I feel like they got lured and drawn halfway across the map while I was talking to a child. And trying to break him out of that situation. I don't know, maybe that's just my impression. I feel like a lot of stuff happened while I was in the midst of a conversation, is all I'm saying right now. And fortunately, this kid is smart and is like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to have Starion here use his new rakish sneak attack. It doesn't work. So it's a sneak attack, but he doesn't actually hit anything. So is it really a sneak attack if he doesn't hit anything? That's the question. I guess it is still a sneak attack, even if he doesn't hit the target. So this was a choice I made. I was like, I had realized in a previous battle that his main hand weapon was a dagger. And it shouldn't be a dagger. His offhand weapon should be a dagger, and the main hand weapon should be something else. Short sword, scimitar, something. But I'd forgotten to actually make that choice. In the moment, I decided, here we go. We're going to unequip that dagger. I guess it's like the free, they have like, in D&D they have a free object interaction as a thing you can do during your turn. And I guess that was his free object interaction, was putting his dagger away. I'm going to try Cautious Hideous Laughter on a Harpy. Oh, I guess not. I guess I decided not to do that. That's probably a better idea. Piercing shot. Well, it did some damage. It's fine. Bardic Inspiration. No? He's gonna run up and flourish on it? Okay. There we go. Now it's knocked out. So this is a rarity. Apparently I did just enough damage to knock out the Harpy, but it's not dead. I didn't specify it was non-lethal damage. I don't think. Maybe involuntarily. But it is knocked out. So great. Me as Minna Maxford gets some, I don't know, load off their conscience that they are not killing all the Harpies in this area. They have knocked one of them out. And so in the future it can go on and procreate, and future small tieflings in the area can be lured away with song and devoured by the Harpies. Great. The circle of life continues. I'm not using shield because that sleep spell, putting that one Harpy down, I knew was the turning point in the battle. With that one getting taken out of commission, and the lore that was on it getting taken out, I mean, the rest of the battle was kind of a sealed deal. I mean, it's still work. You still have to go through the process, but I knew I had enough heals from my bard and enough potency from everyone else to deal damage that as long as that thing was out of commish for the time that it was, I could clean up the rest of this without too much trouble. Put a little basic poison on my arrow, like just in case. Now, some of you will say, well, why'd you do that before? Why'd you do that after shooting the arrow and not before? And that is because I didn't think of it before. And also, it's dead now, so it would have been kind of a waste, you know? And that poison will stay on the arrow until I use it. So I think it's fine.
It shall be done.
Right, this harpy is Gale. You know, valiant effort, Gale. This harpy is ambitious. It is going for this child. I don't know what is in its thoughts where it's like, this child, that's the objective. I gotta go for it. I gotta go after this kid. Fortunately, whoever in the chat voted for Lae'zel to be an Eldritch Knight, you were correct. Because those magic missiles were clutch in that particular circumstance. Just that guaranteed damage that I knew absolutely would hit. Those little mind bullets shooting off of Lae'zel. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent choice. And now this kid's getting out of here. We have what? One harpy left? 2? I mean, they're gonna die no matter what, but
Let's go.
just trying to remember how many are still actually up and active on the field. Get it? Critical miss, of course. I shoot my poisoned arrow, and it's a critical miss. Ain't that the light? Let's give some bardic inspiration to Gale. He's a wizard. He can use some bardic inspiration now and then, you know? Yep, let's do the Thunder Wave again. It's a fun trick. Just blast it in the back. I'm sure that'll be fine. And then, what else are we going to do but put up an illusory cat? Dude, I picked this on a whim, but the fact that Gale basically every turn for a bonus action is casting this illusory cat is pretty hilarious. All right, let's go talk to a small child about his traumatic experience almost being eaten.
Who are you? Wow. I'm Mercon. Oh no. I had to get the gold from the nest. Mole will be so mad. I got to go. Wait, you should meet Mole. She'll be grateful you helped me. Find a boy called Donny. Tell him you want to see the dragon's lair.
Tiring business,
All
isn't
right.
it?
Yeah,
All
what
this
you got to say to
traveling and
Gale?
adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important. What? No rest for the dashing? Pish posh. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin, the way you got Korga to release the girl, the way you got that boy out of a Harpie's clutches. In short, I've grown to trust you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. No, it cannot be cured. And I assure you I've left no page unturned in reaching that conclusion. I can keep this condition under control, as indeed I've done for a significant amount of time, but that was under different circumstances altogether. Home, in Waterdeep. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. I'll spare you the finer details, but it begins with a simple biological deterioration, muscle spasms, disorientation, a slight ringing in the ears, and, if left for too long, catastrophe. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical. Please. I've better things to do with my time than hoodwink gullible adventurers out of their trinkets. I know that what I ask may seem unreasonable, but I promise I only make such a request because it is so incredibly important. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you, a mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without him noticing.
So, do you agree? Thank you. I see my trust in you was not misplaced. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises.
So for those of you who are less familiar with the fine mechanics of Dungeons & Dragons, the spell Detect Thoughts has two levels to it. There's an aspect where you can read the surface thoughts of an individual, and there is, and that,
Never a dull moment.
unless someone is like a high level psionic or telepath or something like that, they can't detect that you're doing that. That's stuff that they are actively thinking about. They're basically broadcasting it with their brain. And that's on them. So that's what I did with the Detect Thoughts there, is I read Gale's surface thoughts as he was talking about his troubles. The thing that required a skill roll would have been my efforts to delve deeper, which if you fail, the person
again. What do you want?
knows you are trying to delve deeper.
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully
And generally they are not, and I mean, we already tried to do that with Gale.
Answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
once. And he said, don't do that again.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
So I feel like I decided that Minna kind of edged on that periphery. I honestly still don't understand why I have detect thoughts available. Is it just like an innate illithid thing, or was it like a holdover from the mind reading potion I drank before the long rest? I genuinely don't know why I can detect thoughts right now. And that's fine. It's a cool ability. I'm going to switch over to Lae'zel because she has the ups. As we learned from the last level up, she, as a Githyanki, has the psionic ability to do a $6 million man jump. Just like this.
Let's see what those Harpies were hoarding.
Don't worry, I'm going to read these notes more closely in the future. But I don't want Lae'zel's jump ability to wear off. You know, she's only got like so many rounds of it. And the clock is ticking even when you're looking at your inventory, picking up loot. Pretty sure. I'm gonna give that ring to Astarion because I like the idea of him running up to someone,
Careful,
being like,
I bite.
color spray, and then because they're blinded, being able to get sneak attack very easily. I'm gonna give a little healing word to Astarion as well, just because, like, honestly, when we had that brief conversation with him earlier, he looked real rough. So I felt he could use a little sprucing up there. Feel like we're pretty much done here. Skirting along the coast. Picking up some stray loot. Just, checking some of the corners. Seeing if there's any herbs or stray satchels that have gone missing. We're just wading back through this little... I don't know if, like, the tide's in or what is going on, but I feel like that particular patch of terrain has a variance where, like, if the tide is out, you can walk along it no problem, but because the tide is in, it's all wet. I don't know. Maybe it's a commentary on global sea level rising. Who can say? Who can say? Again, just checking some of the territories around here, making sure that everything didn't miss any bits of loot might be lingering around. Those random like survival checks that'll go off and be like, hey, there's a whole mound of treasure here. You just have a shovel, just dig it up. By the way, those agave plants that have those strands, those stalks sticking out, I always found those, like, look, I went on vacation to Texas like 5 years ago or something like that. And ever since then, I've found those very provocative.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
Stealing the idol. What were you thinking?
I was trying to help.
You nearly died. Did you hear me? What would your mother and I have done?
Yeah, cool. You gave me your family heirloom that casts dancing lights. I'm probably just going to feed that to Gale. Anyway, these agave plants, these got these big stalks sticking out of them. I'm like, how horny are you as a plant? I mean, yo, you're really just putting yourself out there. You're like, that is a huge stalk.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more
I mean,
interesting times.
Look, next time you go past one of those plants, look, that's its pollinator. That, you know what that means, right? Plant's pollinator? I mean, come on. It's a horny plant, that's all I'm saying. And I'm not talking about the spikes on the leaves.
We have to lay low for a while.
Agave plants, man, they gotta
Can you
calm
stop?
down.
It's
Anyway,
like
I'm
you
back
never
talking to
got
Mole.
bored.
Because I saved this kid.
I had a feeling you'd be back. Mercon
Got a
says
lot
you
of
got him
shopping.
out of a tight spot with some harpies. Gotta say, I'm impressed. Anyway, you want to talk? Talk.
I'm going to fast forward through the shopping because, let's be real, no one cares about the shopping. But I'm going to display it for the, like, 2 people who do care, so they can see all the financial records and they're not
Anything
like,
else?
you know, where'd
We're
all that
saving
money
up for a
go,
better
where'd all that loot
hideout when
come
we get to
from.
Baldur's Gate. Why?
I'm reiterating this
Planning on telling
conversation
us
just to
stealing
see
is
if any new
wrong?
dialogue options pop up.
Didn't need your
Uh,
permission.
They do
But
not.
fine.
So
You've
we
been a
will
friend
move
to
along.
Come back
And we'll
anytime.
talk to the young child that I rescued.
You came! I have... Here! Mole said I should thank you properly for the Harpies. So I wrote you a story. It's about you. I hope you like it.
So if you've never read this little story that the kid wrote, it's a very cute, largely misspelled story that basically lays out the facts of the story. Volo, of course, got punched up with a few dragons. And as promised, I did look at these other notes. I think this last book is an account of going into the Tomb of Horrors of Acererak, mostly because there's an outline sketch of a face of a bearded devil, which is like one of the iconic things from the Tomb of Horrors. For those who are familiar, and also it would make sense that someone who saw that would be dead shortly thereafter. I'm still a little mystified by the fact that I'm the only one who can get in here. So I'm going out this other entrance in the hopes that if in the future I need to go and visit Mole again, maybe the rest of my crew can come down this other entrance. Like, maybe the
His
entrance
eyes
I've been
flicker to
using
yours for
is
an
only
instant,
accessible
then
for
away,
small
as if it
creatures
hurts to look at you.
like my deep gnome self. But this entrance that this kid, Donnie, is guarding, that's a little more accessible to the taller folk. And I've called out to my
We could
friends.
help each other. Fight the goblins together. Instead,
I
these
feel like
fools are
these
trying to
people,
chase
they
us
were
away.
sort of gathered by the Druid Gate, and they have just basically the same dialogue that they would have had if they were still by the Druid Gate.
Lives are at
A lot
stake.
of change
And the cowards only care about their bloody rituals.
in their demeanor, which is understandable. I mean, come on.
Those dirt kissers would let us die for the sake of their bloody grove.
Yeah, it's a real pickle of a situation. I mean, you know, a bunch of chief. Well, we're going to talk to Wyll. I'll get
Go
into
on.
this later.
Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship. Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
That ship sailed the Styx already. All I can hope for is to limit the damage. Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses. Just so you know, my first duty is Karlach. I'm oath-bound to go after her. But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
greatest weapon in reserve, eh? An excellent strategy.
Let's make this happen.
All right. Yeah, so we got Wyll. That's great. I think most of you know Wyll as a known quantity. He's fine. I sent Gale, back to camp. Kind of because his spell slots are kind of expended to an extent. I can always go get him back if I want to. Anyway, I was saying before, the situation with the tieflings, like the tieflings are real hostile towards these druids who are trying to kick them out. But, I mean, think about it. You're a small, like, imagine you're the Amish. You know, you're just chilling, doing your thing. Suddenly, a nearby city is destroyed. And all of these people show up. Like, doubling your population. You don't have necessarily supplies for that number of people. And then it turns out, on top of the people showing up from the city that was destroyed, there's an army coming after them that want to wipe them out. And by extension, wipe you out. It's an understandable frustration. Halsin being very generous.
One of the archdevils chaos incarnate.
Let them in. But I can understand the position of like,
I made my way to
y'all gotta move along at some point.
Fled from my reach. Even climbed aboard the mine.
This is also important. So, all these people are horny for Karlach.
I can't bear to
but if you talk to Wyll, there is literally no demonstrable reason in the narrative that the first moment you see Karlach, you would not shoot her with an arrow from range to try and do as much damage as possible before even talking to her. There is no rational reason for you as the player character to think Karlach is anything but a dangerous fiend on the run who is bringing the blood war and danger to Faerun. But because the internet exists, everyone, the minute they see Karlach, they're like, ooh, Karlach, Dami mommy. I wanted to say, hey soldier, to me.
But he named me friend, and that meant the world. But what of the others?
It's not what the narrative suggests. Now, if you never encounter Wyll, I can understand that position.
I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild.
But most people do encounter Wyll. And so he tells you what he's heard about Karlach. And the narrative does not add up.
It was an even bloodier day, and a stronger foe. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galan Mountains just north of the Moonsea.
Before this,
a reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made.
And
but that story is reserved for
people apparently
friends and calmer
wrote the opinion I should ask Wyll,
by all means,
how hot is the devil? And it was tied with the option of, hey, Wyll, just let me ask her a few questions first. It'll be rapid fire. Making, of course, a min-max rapid fire interview joke. In the deep lore, of course, that is derived from the Game Informer rapid fire interview, which min-max brought over. When Game Informer went under because GameStop disowned them. Unfortunately, they rose from the ashes like the phoenix. Now free from GameStop. that nefarious entity.
You're being
I haven't
arrested
been
for
in a
theft. If you have
GameStop
a defense,
since
make it now.
Elden Ring. So I picked up that book because it did not have a red outline. And it seemed like the kind of book that Minna Maxford would want. It's like illustrated stories of Baldur. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I will admit it wasn't mine. But also it seemed to
You're
be
free to
like
go.
free property.
This time. But next time you won't be so lucky.
So I don't think that was on me. I think that that was pretty blatantly a misunderstanding, and I'm not going to jail for a misunderstanding.
This is boring.
Is all I'm saying.
We should train against real goblins.
Why are the children the ones
Next
with
time the goblins
missing
come,
eyes?
I'll be ready.
Don't
I'm not seeing any of the
If you
adults
see trouble, then run. Only
with,
fight if
like,
you have to.
bandages over their eyes. But we have Mole and this other tiefling child.
Oh,
They both have been
right.
wounded in the eye to the point that they
Go for the
need
heart.
like a bandana over it. Is it just that they made a model for Mole with the bandana over the eye and they're like, you know what? We have to justify this and use it one more time. So we're going to have another child who has lost an eye. And now this guard is going to be rude to me because I picked up that book.
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
So rude.
We're exposed now.
Well, let me go talk to the mercenaries that I saved earlier. Maybe they'll be polite to me.
Good to be back behind the walls, have to say. For as long as that lasts. Don't make me urge you,
Hey,
boy.
buddy, you just got picked. Oh, dude, let me help you. Let me help you. Dude, just slow down. Look, look, I know a pickpocket. Starion, you're a pickpocket, right? Look, let me just talk to the kid. We can work this out. Just chill out.
Get back, kid.
Oh my gosh.
I've already told you I don't have it.
Calm down, guys.
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket.
I never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head. You threatening me? You don't understand. The kid stole my locket. He... Oh, the hell's with this? These little devils get away with everything because of coddling bastards like you. You'll get yours someday. I hope I get to see it.
Maybe you will, but personally, I doubt it. See you around.
If I recall correctly, that child is 1,000% in the wrong, and that dude is actually 1,000% in the right. That kid stole his locket. The locket actually has deep sentimental meaning, and we were kind of
You sure you want to be seen with me?
drawn in by the tiefling plight to favor the small child, when the small child was definitely in the wrong.
His name's Halsin. And if he's still alive,
Doesn't mean a grown man should be threatening a child, but the kid definitely did steal from him.
And he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cook pot by now. Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, If you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own Todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying. Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
So I had a little Kellenvor reference there. Fortunately, in a previous video, I already filled you in on all the Kellenvor lore. Yeah, so got a contract here about some night song that people are looking for. If you played the game, you know what that's about. If you haven't played the game, I won't spoil it, but that does play out through the entire game.
Goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Alright, a little more shopping here. It's a little more in depth. I do have to actually check if the gear he has on offer is something I can use for my characters. Something that I forgot is Wyll and his shadow armor ability. It doesn't work if he's wearing armor. So in subsequent videos, he may show up a little bit nude. Like he'll be wearing underwear, but he might not have armor on because him being without armor and with mage armor is actually better defense than him wearing armor. So, you know, just get ready for that in the future. And because I only had a little bit of time left on this video for the recording, I'm just going to talk to this little cute little couple.
Dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out. Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
Know what you mean.
Do we ever?
But I've heard there's all sorts in the city. It might not be like it was in Elturel. I mean, in Baldur's Gate, they give you a chance.
Good luck to you. Wish us a little too. I think we'll all need it.
Good luck to all the tieflings.
What will we do for work when we get to the city?
So I made Wyll a Pact of the Chain, just because I gave him the Shadow Blade spell, and I think that it's a little silly. So we're going to see Granny next time. Thanks for watching, and see you later.